Okay, Israel, here we go with part two.
Even when you know what's in the food you're eating, how do you know if you're getting too much or too little of a certain nutrient? Are you aware of the amount of toxins you take in with your food? Now, taking nutritional supplements has become a common practice among many these days. However, the market is so unimaginably huge. People are constantly on the hunt to find the best supplements, without being fooled into buying something that may not only not provide you with the nutrients you think you're getting, but they may be instead providing your body with a good supply of toxins. So we're going to explore this to obtain an understanding of the game plan you have to use when buying supplements, and why this is an industry that is also under attack. So, let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, first, you have to get into the habit of finding high quality sources for the food you already eat. You can't be eating out at fast food restaurants. I'll go hungry before I eat from some of these places. I would get used to preparing your food at home. You'll be able to put that love energy into the food as you prepare it. It's more satisfying, it tastes better. I see some people going into these burger joints. They are eating a toxin sandwich, a sandwich filled with hate. What does that do to your body? Junk food, drinking, smoking. It seems counterproductive to use supplements as a means to counteract or protect against the very toxins you are voluntarily consuming. You want to get the most out of what you pay for. With that said, let's address the question at hand. Where can one find the best supplements out there for the best price? Well, the simple answer is online. Large chain stores, convenience stores, drug stores, pharmacies, I'm sorry, but most of their stuff is trash. Now, health food stores are really good when you need something right away that day, but they are a third-party retailer, and although they tend to have better quality supplements, they are going to be marked up in price. The person ordering the supplements for the store does not always know what's in the products they sell, nor do they always care. You have to know. Vitamin stores are the same way. I used to shop at a vitamin store that had a very synthetic feel to it. It looked like a laboratory for super soldiers. Almost every product in there had some synthetic ingredient. Now, this is where it comes down to you reading the label. Sometimes there are funny words listed, but you need to know what those words mean before you start taking something on a regular basis. So what you are looking for, number one, are whole food supplements. This is basically concentrated food. No synthetic chemicals or compounds. They will drain your body instead of supplementing it. Let me tell you something. If you can't pronounce a word listed in the ingredients, don't buy that product. It's as simple as that. Go find out what that word means. Today we have the luxury of getting that information on the spot. Next, most supplement companies sell products that are manufactured by third parties. You want to get your products directly from the people who make them. You want to choose a brand that uses the highest quality ingredients. They usually come out of the US, Europe, South America, New Zealand, Australia. For example, there are countries such as Germany that have purity laws to ensure the quality and purity of the soil from which their produce is grown. However, in countries such as China, they have a lead contamination problem with their soil. So you have to be careful with products such as green tea. If you do get products coming out of China, try to get products coming out of the Himalayas, like pink salt and goji berries. Speaking of lead, there is a major problem in the supplement industry in general with heavy metal contamination. This tends to be a major issue for supplements like fish oils and many other supplements sold today. Now, most of us do not have a laboratory to test our food for heavy metal contamination, but some do. For example, Mike Adams, also known as the Health Ranger, and founder of naturalnews.com, uses ICP MS technology to analyze inorganic impurities and substances. By the way, naturalnews.com is a great hub for getting information on the best health products to use and where you can purchase them. It is a good place to start if you just don't know where to begin searching for health products. Getting your supplements directly from the manufacturer gives the company more incentive to put out the best products because they have a brand to uphold. Which brings me to my next point. You want to choose a supplement that has been tested, preferably in clinical trials, and documented for you to see. You also want customer reviews and videos and interviews with company owners if possible. When you take the time to do these things, you'll know who to trust. And you'll know they are using the best ingredients because they will take the time and spend the money to test their raw materials and explain it to you. For example, RoyalVelvetNow.com explains to you how they harvest the velvet from deer in New Zealand. They are one of the top sellers for this stuff. Now, they are not the only sellers, but I would start with them. And then you can compare other sources to them. I like variety in my diet. So what I tend to do is I may order a bottle from Royal Velvet, and the next bottle may come from a different source. Velvet that comes from deer that live in a different part of the world. Because I know a deer's diet will differ in nutritional value depending on where.
I just want a long, happy, healthy life for him. When Anthony was a day old, he was diagnosed with transposition of the
where it lives. The same rule goes for anything made from vegetation. You want that to come from the purest soil possible. So 1. You want a whole food supplement bought directly from the manufacturer, made from the best ingredients possible. You want it to be tested with documentation and as free of as many toxins as possible. This also means no additives. You know, when you're working with powders and mixtures in a factory, those powders have to flow through tubes into machines. And sometimes those machines, those tubes get clogged. So what most companies will do is they will use an additive such as magnesium stearate to act as a flowing agent. This helps the tubes and machines from getting clogged up. But additives, of course, are not something you want to consume. And your body is going to take the bad with the good when things are mixed together just right. You can go to the FDA's website, and there they have a very long list of additives that they regulate, what they are used for from A to Z. It takes a bit of decoding and research to understand the list, but it is very interesting. They have a list of color additives for food as well. You want to consider what form the supplement comes in. Is it in powdered form, liquid form, topical form? Is it a gelatin gel cap made from pork? Is it a vegetable or vegan gel cap? Depending on the substance, one form may be more absorbable than another. Taking a supplement in liquid form sublingually, you get more absorption of the nutrients. Supplements that are taken in liquid or powder form have to survive the stomach. Gel caps usually start dissolving in the intestine. No tablets. To make a tablet, you have to use heat and a binding agent, or glue, to hold it together. Now, there are not many substances that can preserve themselves for any extended period of time, so some products have preservatives. Most health food supplements that need a preservative use soy lecithin. This would be fine, except that it is an extremely good possibility that the soy is GMO. Sunflower lecithin, however, is the safer alternative to this. Next, you want a supplement that your body can absorb. You know, when some companies see that there is a population of health enthusiasts, vegans, bodybuilders looking for good sources of vitamin B12, look out for scams. Like B12 made from cyanocobalamin. These companies use this stuff because they want to be cheap. Don't buy it. You're looking for a methylated form of B12. and a methylcobalamin form is much more absorbable by the body. In fact, many products will say in big letters right on the face of the label, methyl B12, or just methylcobalamin, with vitamin B12 in fine print. Calcium, probably one of the most absorbable forms, is marine grade coral calcium, and next to that would probably be bones. You can, of course, get good amounts of calcium from hardy leafy greens, but you need to prepare them just right, because plants are just so fibrous, your digestive system has trouble pulling those nutrients out of hardy vegetables like kale and collard greens. Have you ever tried to eat collard greens raw? Yeah. Consider this. Know that even if a certain supplement has something your body needs and wants, it may not always come in a form that your body can readily absorb. Also consider that your body likes nutrients when they are accompanied by other nutrients. Your body does not really like isolated nutrients. For example, resveratrol is a nutrient that is found mainly in red wine. You can take resveratrol in isolated form, but it's not as good as if you were to just drink red wine because of all the other nutrients that comes from the grapes. Nutrients like to interact with each other. You know, don't think you're stuck choosing between one supplement over another. Many supplements that people buy can actually be made at home, like vitamin C. You simply dry out citrus peels from the orange or lemon, grind them up, and now you've got a very absorbable form of vitamin C. It's that easy. Start an herb garden in your home. Feed those plants superfood. Love those plants. Talk to them. Put a magnet underneath them. Attach a grounding wire. And then take those super herbs and make your own supplements. See what that does for your body. I'm going to continue to revisit this topic from time to time, but hopefully I have provided you with a few things to start thinking about when you start looking for a new supplement to take. You know, most of us want longevity, but just to be pain-free and feeling good is a struggle for many. And believe it or not, a lot of that has to do with what people are eating. And I think, yes, supplementation can give many people back their health. It can give them back their lives, as long as they have the knowledge to make the correct choices.
Okay, Israel. Now you know what to do. Considering what the pandemic is doing to our bodies, we need to eat right, exercise, change our diet, stay out of microwavable foods, processed foods, and start eating healthy foods, Israel, so we can build our immune system and stay out of the hospital. All right, you've been taught, you've been warned, Israel. Shalom.